All right, so it's Friday, August 7th, and welcome. We're just blowing through these months. It just seems like it's all going by so quickly. Good morning to you. Hi, everybody. I'm going to turn off my camera and we'll go with screen sharing. I just wanted to say good morning and hello. And it's August. Oh my gosh. August 7th, 2020 thought of the day. Everything in life is a mind game. Whenever we get swept under by life's dramas, large and small, we're forgetting that no matter how bad the pain gets, no matter how harrowing the torture, all bad things end. So it's the same is true in the world of trading. And I think it's even as important or more important to make sure that we get this point down when it comes to trading. It's easier in trading to end the drama by simply closing a losing trade and getting it over with. Right? I mean, it's kind of one of the beautiful things about trading is you don't have to endure the drama of a losing trade at all. You can actually just close it out, and you always have absolute discretion on how long you stay in something that's causing you problems. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational and educational. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. If you need personal financial advice, consult your financial advisor. If you want the big document full of links, it's right here, robbiebooker.com/big links. I'm very excited about that. I have other announcements. I have another announcement. There is going to be a course called Trade Boldly. It's a course on trading psychology that's coming out. Now, I do not own that course 100%. I own that course 50%. So you're going to get about 900,000 emails about that this weekend. And I'm going to work to get you all of the access that you need to all of those materials. But it's going to take me a little while because like I said, I don't own the course completely. So whereas you don't have to buy it, and we probably will get you a discount on the class, you don't have to buy it at all. I'm going to try to work out a deal with my friend Kyle and ask him if I can just let you in on it. I can't make any promises about that though, because once again, I don't want to ask my friends who work hard for stuff for free. I don't feel like that's really great. But I also, at the same time, I don't want you to have to feel like you need to get something and that it costs money and whatnot. So I'm going to just work on getting you some access to that. If you can be patient with me, I can be patient with the people that I'm asking, and then all that patience probably ends up really well. In the end, it's probably not a very expensive class. I don't know what it is, but it probably won't be extraordinarily expensive. I can't even remember what we said on the video that it would cost because we recorded it weeks ago. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew that when you got those emails, you don't need to write me and you don't need to ask if you get access to it. I'm going to try to get you access to it. If I can't get you access to it, I do own parts of the class, and I can get you the parts that I own exclusively, like the Millionaire Trader Mindset and the Neurolinguistic Programming for Traders classes. I do have access to those, and I can give you those. All right, Formula 15. I first wrote this yesterday. We scan the magicformulainvesting.com site for stocks. We get a list of 30 to 60 stocks, as many as 100. We look at these on the 15-minute chart. We look to buy these when there's bullish divergence and bullish profit circles. And we especially like to buy things with good earnings reports. If you have a good earnings report and a good bullish divergence and profit circles, you're good to go. We trade options that expire in the next 60 to 90 days, in the money, at the money, near the money. We look to get out within 72 hours with $1,000 for every 10 contracts we trade, but that can vary. And we also can buy short or go short or buy puts on stocks that are going to go down. Don't forget the open house on August 21st and 22nd. You cannot believe how excited I am for that. Well, you probably can. August 7th, 2020. It's time to close trades that aren't working. I think we may get a little bit of a boost here in AbbVie. We may actually see a down day in Wayfair, so that could be interesting. We're going to check on the charts from the trades that we took yesterday. I want to short the heck out of the market. Ha, 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 ha. We're going to find some new Formula 15 trades, and then we're going to make a slide about that strategy, which we did yesterday. I'm going to update the slide if I need to. And I'm going to switch back over to where I was sitting before because it's super uncomfortable to sit in the corner where I was, and you no longer have to look at that. All right, so some happy news this morning, which never seems to last. Um, PDD is going to open lower, and after a bad day yesterday for it, I think it's going to fall again today, which is really kind of interesting. We may be seeing finally some movement lower. I don't really know if that's a double top. It kind of looks like a double top. It looks like the trend is up. It looks like if I get super lucky, we'll get a down day, and then that will be interesting slash cool slash awesome slash whatever. That's, I can't stake my whole life's story on one stock, although at some point in time, this one is going to crash and crash hard. NIO is also kind of rolling over heading into earnings, but these electric vehicle manufacturers are just hot times. So I'm going to wait and watch and kind of lay in wait for these longer term shorts that I like to take. Zoom is going to open up a little bit lower, but Zoom is on just a mission. It's doing all the things that something would do, in my opinion. I'm not even going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you my 100% guarantee. If it breaks through this line here at 241, it is going to go to 210, and it's going to fall really, really hard if it does that. Otherwise, the trend is up. If it breaks through that level down there at 241, I'm going to do whatever I can. I probably will spend, I don't know, $10,000 on puts. It's not really that much. AbbVie is going to open just a little bit lower, but not badly. We have a trade on Intel. It's going to open up just a little bit lower, but not really badly. I want to move on to two stocks that I find very, very interesting, Wayfair and also Overstock. So Wayfair, I do own these. I own the $300 strike September puts. It's going to open a little bit lower today. Wayfair is a hot times stock. It had earnings. It did have actual profits. It is going to open a little bit lower today. There is a necessary sort of movement lower on this, but it may take some time. But this is one of those where you can get tired of me talking about it, but I'm going to stalk this thing until I get it. But what's even crazier is Overstock. I don't know if you've looked at this, but this is insane. Overstock was trading, you say, Overstock was trading at $20? No. Overstock was trading at $2.59 in March of not last year, this year. Let me say this again. Overstock was trading at $2.59 in March of this year. So this may be, in the end, this may be the greatest short trade ever that I have ever seen. It's overbought on the 1 hour, 15 minute. It was overbought on the 15 minute. It was overbought on the 5 minute. It's overbought on the 240. It's overbought on it was overbought for a moment on every single time frame that you can imagine. I think, and I want to be careful about this, I need to see maybe, I wanted to see it go below these moving averages on the 15-minute chart, which it's doing right now. I'd like to see a bearish profit circle on the 15-minute chart. And if so, I think I'd like to use every last available dollar I have to trade this. This is absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy. There's no way. We'll talk more about the fundamentals, but this is it's just really sort of outrageous. It's I don't know. I don't even have any words to describe it. So I'm going to add an alert here. See if we get a bearish profit circle on this. And then we can move on to some of the stuff that we've already been doing. We can look at the charts that I have going on. Overstock may rise a bit, so just going to be careful and slow and patient. And I'm going to wait for a 15-minute trade. NIO and PDD probably opened lower, and then they're going to bounce around a little bit. This will be interesting. This will be an interesting thing to watch. I'm going to keep my eye on all of this stuff. I'm not going to do anything necessarily with any of these. I think Overstock is probably more interesting to me than anything else as far as like adding to or taking or doing trade things. That's really interesting to me. Okay. I still have some shares of Acor, which is down today. I think I'm going to let this one go. I don't want to carry this one into the weekend. I think it's a fantastic, possible, brilliant, lovely, amazing, whatever. I'm up $30 on this. I don't think that this is a bad trade. I think I'm going to let this one go pretty soon, just so you know. It's not costing me a lot of money to hold on to that. But I also still have QD, and I'm going to hold on to that one for a little while longer as well because it's got all those bullish divergences and bullish profit circles. And then I still have LXRX, which I'm still going to hold on to that as well. And these are three financial instruments, which I think later on down the line, maybe a month from now, I'm going to say, wow, I can't believe one day I was going to hop out of that trade. And then, oh my gosh, it moved up. One of these three things moved up like $1 billion. So I'm just going to, it's not costing me none of these really cost me very much. So kind of makes me happy. It doesn't really cost me a ton to have these trades going on. All righty then. PDD not having the best day of its life. Serves it right. I'm going to add Overstock to my watch list here. So that's a look at those longer term kind of things that we wanted to look at. I want to make sure we look at Overstock once again. I'm going to say this again because I don't think it's really setting in possibly. Overstock was at $2 in March. Do we really think Overstock is worth 10, 20, 30, 40, almost 50 times? Almost 50 times what it was worth in March? Do we really think that? Is that possible? Is that even practical? No, it's not. So it's worth less than what it's trading at right now, but we'll be careful. All right, this is BIBB, Biogen Incorporated. What do we do here? So the earnings report was inconclusive, and I've linked to the earnings report here, but it didn't really say. They said they're doing fine, but then they didn't really give any details on why they're doing fine. And they sort of talked themselves up, but they didn't give any details on it. Now, it did produce bullish divergence and a bullish profit circle twice, and then it never really moved from there. It is a magic formula stock, so we know that we like it fundamentally to begin with. It doesn't mean that that automatically becomes a trade, but it does mean that we know that we like it. It had bullish divergence and bullish profit circles after earnings, but the earnings report was inconclusive. And what this means to me is we just don't want to trade it. It's just not conclusive enough. And if it wants to rise without us, let's just allow it to do that. What about OMC, Omnicom Group? It's a magic formula stock, so that we know we like it. It did not have bullish divergence, but it did have two bullish profit circles after earnings. And the earnings report is linked above. So I thought we might read something together and we might look at it. So I looked up the word guidance as I always do. And guess what? They don't even have the word guidance in their earnings report. Near-term outlook includes quite a bit of uncertainty. We believe the actions our agencies have taken to date will allow us to weather the current environment and emerge a stronger organization. So what does that mean exactly? I think we're going to continue to focus on operating profit, not margins, awful lot of work, and whatever. This is an inconclusive, not great report. And if we read through this, we're not going to learn anything more than what we just read. It's inconclusive. They don't know how they're going to do. And it's a real bummer because I thought, oh, wow, I'm watching Mad Men again. And I really love Mad Men. And I really want to buy Omnicom Group, but I can't bring myself to do it. I just can't bring myself to do it. It has two bullish profit circles on the 15-minute chart, but I'd rather skip this one. I don't think that it's possible to make money from this stock. I don't think we can buy this. I love the magic formula investing stocks, but I don't think it's possible for us to make money from this. I just think that it's not gonna happen. It's a bummer, but the today situation is we're breaking out here. We had a great week of looking at magic formula stocks. And it's a real bummer that we don't have, I don't think we have a brand new trade. Here's 3M. We made some money this week from 3M. Amgen, the 15-minute chart, just printed a bullish profit circle today or yesterday before the close. This actually looks pretty good. We did look at the earnings, did we not? Time to buy. Here's the transcript. We're updating our non-GAAP earnings per share guidance to $15 versus prior guidance. I like them. I like the, let's look at this. Let's look at the strike prices we might like. I would like the $240 strike. $18th of September calls. I think those are absolutely beautiful. We've got all the elements, right? So here we go. I'm going to duplicate the Amgen slide and carry it upwards. And there we go. Amgen updated. I'll put an asterisk next to it if we've already done it once before. And I'll get the new chart up here. I think today is a reasonably great time to buy Amgen. I love it. I totally think this is absolutely 100%, 1,000 okay percent possible to do. It's got all the elements of a trade that we like, doesn't it? Here's Amat, Applied Materials. ADP. Wow, ADP's up today. We looked at this week, didn't we? Bristol Myers Squibb. Caterpillar. I'm just skipping over stuff that I know doesn't look like a trade. We looked at Coca-Cola. Remember, we already looked at that one. It didn't really look great. We're waiting for Colgate-Palmolive to have a bullish profit circle. Comcast, 2 bullish profit circles, but no divergence. CVS, we're still waiting for the bullish divergence after earnings, and we'll probably get it, so we'll go from there. Facebook is just basically ripping. Home Depot, way up. Look at that. Honeywell, we used this as a case study, still kind of moving. Intel, not having the greatest day. So I'll probably not give Intel any more time past today. I'll probably let this one go at some point in time today. LXRX, I'm hearing, has another bullish profit circle on the 4-hour. Wow. I'm telling you, one of these days that thing's going to rip and people are going to go, oh, who would have ever thought? And we'll be like, we did. We would have ever thought. IBM, we used that as a case study. Johnson & Johnson, nothing really to say there. Kimberly-Clark, we looked at that as well. Kind of missed that one. Lockheed Martin, we had a nice trade on Lockheed Martin. Microsoft, it's not printing any of the stuff that we would want to see. Northrop Grumman, Oracle, nothing going on there. Philip Morris, we said that we didn't want to buy it, even though it had all of the setup. We said that the earnings report didn't look good enough, and there it is. It's doing exactly what we would have expected it to do. Visa, still waiting for a buy trade that we've missed already once. I don't know what Alexion Pharmaceuticals is all about. ALSN, AMCX, we liked it, but just not really what we're looking at. And Biogen. Well, I guess it was doing just fine. Look at what happened, even though it had an inconclusive earnings transcript. I really don't know what to say about that. I'm not really exactly sure what to say. except for, I mean, I wouldn't change my decision about it. I wouldn't necessarily do anything differently because I don't want to get into stuff that looks inconclusive. But I mean, maybe we need to revisit some of our principles and rules and just take all of them. I don't know. I don't know. That would be if we had bought that at the beginning of the week. Could we have stayed in that? Could we have? I don't know. Wow. That's just a big fat wow. I don't know how else to um, so let's just go back and review what I said. We just don't want to trade it. Wow, being wrong never felt so good. I don't know what to say, right? I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm sort of speechless here because it almost appears that maybe you got to give it a chance. Early news on Alzheimer's. Does BIIB become a short opportunity after that huge gap up? Well, it's a magic. This is a good question. It's a magic formula stock, so we generally don't like to sell those. We generally like to buy those only. So that's kind of our basic principle is we like to buy those only. Is there a chance that this is potentially a short trade at some point in time? Yeah, but generally it's got to be an explicitly bad earnings report like Philip Morris. We're expecting declines. It's got to be an especially bad and particularly bad one with the full setup. And this was not a bad earnings report. It was an inconclusive one. It was almost like, crazy. It's above its yearly volume weighted average price. It probably will fall back from here. But no, I wouldn't touch this at all. I would just leave it alone. I wouldn't, under pretty much any circumstances, trade that one. The ODP Corporation may print bullish divergence. Look at this one. TVTY, Magic Formula Stock. Unisys. VNDA, wow. Wow. Nothing really to do there. Weight Watchers I think that's Weight Watchers, right? I mean, even just one bullish profit circle after earnings, and that kind of popped. Interesting. So, like I said, I'm not unhappy about the way that we handled our stuff this week. I think we handled things in a reasonably fantastic manner. I think we're waiting for some things to happen. Zoom is not having a good morning. Probably will recover from there. It's one of the world's most popular stocks in the same way that Wayfair might open lower but then recover. Here's Colgate-Palmolive. It printed its bullish profit circle. We don't have the divergence though. Yeah, we'll just wait on that. We'll see if we can get some bullish divergence. And I'm going to wait on Overstock. I'm just going to bide my time. Just going to wait. And we'll see where we go from there. I got an alert on PDD. So if it falls far enough, I'll get a really nice alert. Okay, I don't really have anything else for you today. I'll see what your questions and thoughts are. As a side note, not that anybody asked, as a side note, I have realized, so 2 weeks ago on Monday, I started feeling faint during the webinar. And then 2 days ago, I actually thought I was going to faint. And I don't know why I'm telling, I guess I tell you guys everything. But, and then this morning, right after I drank my coffee, I felt like I felt that lightheadedness. I think that I'm probably shouldn't be drinking coffee in the morning anymore. Does that shock anybody here? Does anybody here know anything about that? I'm sure some of you were like, not drinking coffee in the morning? What are you? Are you completely and totally out of your mind? Are you, did you get knocked in the head? And the answer is no, I didn't get knocked in the head, but pretty interesting, right? All right. If you have any thoughts about that, you can email me. And I'm going to head on over to the office soon. I'm going to get my work day going. I'm going to stay in touch with you on Telegram Messenger about any trades or things that set up. I'm most interested in Overstock. If there's anything I'm interested in, it's Overstock. Alan says, no, it's not natural to not drink coffee. Yeah, Robert says I had to quit for a while. Heart started racing. I think I'm going to switch to just water or water and lemon. Yeah, Lizzie, that's what I was thinking. Someone else told me about lemon water. I think I'm just going to switch to that. Wow. There you have it. Like days of our lives, ginger juice and lime. Wash the lemons. Okay, I'll wash the lemons. Thank you all for your thoughts and everything else. And I'll pop this recording up right away for you.